Last month, I made $50,000 editing videos, and 5 years ago, I was making minimum wage as a pizza cook. There's a few steps I skipped in between, but what I've learned within this time can be applied to your life as well. Maybe you want to quit a job, start a business, or just get 1% better. And you're in luck because you're in the right place. Let's get into it. 5 years ago, I was working as a pizza cook making $7.25 an hour. I love this job, but I knew I could do something a little bigger than making pizzas. So I quit. In the summer of 2018, that's when I jumped into entrepreneurship. I had the perfect plan. Check this out. My main priority is my online dropshipping store. It'll be called SL Outdoors, focusing on all outdoor products. So that should be up within a couple weeks. Another business I'm working on is called BU. It'll be like LinkedIn, but for high school and college students. And another goal of mine is to expand my personal brand. I want to become one of the biggest social media influencers in Wisconsin, and then maybe the US someday. And on top of all of this, I will be continuing to swing trade cryptocurrencies short term, and then focus on long-term investments like ETFs and stocks. On that same note, I plan on getting my Series 7 pretty soon in a couple months, so that legally allows me to sell stock to people, so build a client base early on, and then keep those clients for life. And on top of all of this, I'm going to the Philippines, Colorado, and maybe Vegas all in August. That plan sucked. But I did learn a lot from that video. As I was getting into entrepreneurship, I would hear all the gurus saying average millionaires have 7 streams of income. I thought, sick, I'll build all 7 at once. On top of that, passive income also changes your life. I'll throw that in too. If I could go back, I'd slap myself so hard. And instead of sticking to one thing and truly seeing if I liked that or not, I tried everything at once and tried to make myself as busy as possible. There's no wonder none of those things worked out. I couldn't possibly focus on more than 1 or 2 things at a time. After that summer though, my life took a turn. That's where I found video and decided to go all in on that. From the end of 2018 to early 2020, I would spend every single day building a video production company, doing interviews, events, any physical experiences. Then the world shut down, and I lost all my clients. And in March of 2020, my business lost $1,645.43. That's not very good. But when one door closes, another one opens, or some cliche shit like that. And that's when I decided to pivot my company and start a video editing company. Still under the BLNK Slate name, of course. I've tried building an editing company in the past, but really couldn't figure out the people, the process, the systems, the offer, all of that good stuff. And for the next 8 months, I was obsessed over building the best video editing company I can and solving the problem I had, which was all video editing companies sucked that I tried, and I wanted to build a better one. And every day for the next 8 months, I would spend time editing videos, communicating with my clients, being the middleman between my editors and the clients, putting out fires. It was a disaster, and it honestly sucked. But I was onto something that surprised me from the start. And that was I could find a lot of people with similar problems on social media just sending people DMs asking, hey, do you have this problem? Cool, I can solve this problem. And bam, that's how we got our first few sales. I was still doing all of the editing with my partner Ty Wrightsman, and again, it sucked. But then around this 8-month mark, I brought on a partner to help really scale the video editing process, to really handle all of the operations and stuff I didn't want to do in the business, and specifically sourcing the editors, communicating with the editors, making sure the editors can communicate with their clients, and so on. This was awesome because I really didn't want to do any of those things, and if someone else can do it better than I could, then it was perfect. This is exactly what I needed. And this was a huge turning point for myself and my business because I could essentially fire myself from the day-to-day operations to really focus on what I loved doing. And that was creating content and connecting with cool humans. So once I fired myself from the day-to-day editing operations, then I could focus more on the high-level direction of the company. And that's when I brought on 2 other key players, Zach and Nate. Zach is my COO who helps with all of my operations, and Nate is my head of sales who makes sure the company is still growing. And with these 2 dudes, I could really scale and focus on what I wanted to do. And this brings us to 2021, and my main goal for 2021 was to build a business without myself in it. If I got hit by a bus tomorrow, the business would still run, so that was my only goal. And I did that. I achieved that goal. It could run and grow without me, it could operate without me, and if I left for a week, the business wouldn't be on fire. It was awesome. Nate was closing deals, Zach was handling operations, and the editors were communicating with their clients. It was exactly what I asked for. But I messed up. Even though I didn't have to put in too many hours into this business anymore, I was suffocating the growth of my own company. I really wasn't giving it the proper attention it deserved. So throughout 2021, we ranged from $10,000 to $25,000 in revenue, all working at this really part-time. We all had a few other opportunities on our hands and focuses elsewhere. This was something I really struggled with because I didn't know to go all in on Blank Slate, to cut Blank Slate, really what to do with it. It was kind of just an engine we were building on the back end without putting too much focus into it. But I made a decision last month, February of 2022, to go back all in on Blank Slate. Even though I was making good money from a handful of other opportunities, it was taking too much mental headspace for me to really focus on Blank Slate while juggling a few other different projects at one time. Back to what I originally learned from the summer of 2018 video. So I quit, again. And as a result, Blank Slate crossed $50,000 last month from just video editing alone. Nothing else, no passive income, not 7 streams of income, no other side hustles, just one service executed really well. Now I've built a team around me to support on the 2 things I love the most, which is creating content and connecting with cool humans. So if you're looking to quit your job, start a business, or just get 1% better, it comes down to solving problems for others. For me, that problem I was looking to solve was video editing for others. We don't have the same hobbies, problems, or skills, but what I've learned throughout my experience and all of the failures I've gone through, you can definitely learn from as well and apply them to your own life. So every great business starts with identifying a problem, and a personal problem that you want to solve. That's what business really comes down to, and that's really what making money comes down to, is solving problems. So if you want to make money doing something you love, find a problem you have around something you love and aim to solve that problem. Aim to be the bridge for that problem to be solved. Because if you have one problem, chances are someone else does, and if you can solve that problem for them, then you are bringing them value, thus making you money. So I'd love to talk to you about any problems you have, any business ideas you have, any transitions you're going through in life. So text the number that you see somewhere on the screen and let me know, and let's definitely chat. But regardless of that, aim to solve more problems in life. The bigger problem you solve, the bigger impact you make, which results in more money in your pocket. And remember, money is a byproduct of the value you bring other people. So bring value, solve problems, create impact. See you next week.